Jordan Matter is a YouTuber with over 29 million subscribers, and I'm betting you have never heard of him. Well, until I watched Uncle Herman's video, I had never heard of him either. Jordan is now 58 years old, but with over 29 million subscribers, you can imagine that he has been on YouTube for a very long time. In fact, roughly 15 years. And when he first started out, he was a up and coming dance photographer. And looking at some of his photos, he is pretty darn good at it. But he decides he's not content with just being a photographer and he wants worldwide acclaim. So he starts making videos on YouTube about the process of capturing a dancer in action.
I'm ready when you are.
And he takes videos of the behind the scenes actions and also the actual photographs which he prints off and puts in exhibitions. And he becomes really famous for doing this. As with many people who start growing on YouTube, he becomes not content with the amount of views that he's getting on his videos. So he starts to dabble in other kinds of videos and photos. And this is where all of the controversy begins because he goes from using adult stars to using child stars. And as you can imagine, that elicits quite a lot of backlash for Jordan. Some of the children that Jordan uses are from famous television programs where dancing is the main theme, like Dance Moms.
The last to leave this pool wins an awesome Gucci prize. Today's special guests, together again, Dance Mom superstars Lily and Ellie.
Where Jojo Siwa came from, but he also starts using his own children, his daughter and his son, and they are both under the age of 18, and that's where I feel that exploitation is now coming in.
My daughter Salish reacts to every video, shipping her with her best friend Nadal.
Jordan uses a lot of clickbait titles where he is suggesting that his daughter and whoever she's with and his son and whoever he is with are going to kiss in these videos. And this attracts an audience of young children as well as teenagers. For a man of his age, I find that quite weird, to be fair.
I am with the squad today. We are doing a half rocking split challenge. This is gonna, actually, I can't do this. Get me out of here. Get me out of here.
Jordan realises, as a lot of adults do, that making content with children in it gets a lot more views than any other content. So he is now using these children to grow his YouTube channel, which is raking in hundreds of thousands of dollars. And the main object with a lot of these videos is to go into public places and physically get kicked out.
I want you to go on top of this bench right here and do TikTok, okay? Okay. Go. Can you?
Oh, you got your shot? I was a little kick
We can see there that that guy is totally not happy with what's going on inside that McDonald's. You've got a young girl who is dressed in pretty skimpy clothing being photographed by a much older man, and he takes real umbrage about what is happening, and he shoves Jordan quite violently. Am I condoning what he did? No, I think there was probably a better way of addressing the situation, but the guy was also drunk, so that would obviously cloud his judgment. Do I think it's right that he tried to defend the child? Yes, I do, but just not necessarily in the way he went about it. Jordan is taking the photographs of those dancers in various poses in public places, in my opinion, not appropriate clothing. But there he has the permission of the kid's parent. But now we're going to get on to him expanding his YouTube empire even higher by him now exploiting his own children. We're going to see his 13-year-old son in the next video.
And we're gonna let Instagram control what we do on our date tonight. We posted about it and got so many responses. And my dad is gonna take the photos!
Yes.
17 million people have watched that video, and that just seems extremely odd to me that Jordan is recording it on video and taking photos of an obviously very staged event.
Oh, yes, okay. That's an awesome photo. Now we gotta do an actual kiss, okay?
The kids decide that they're only going to be manipulated so far, and they take matters into their own hands, and thankfully they do not kiss because they obviously feel that it's inappropriate, and none of it would be true because they are being forced to do it, and you shouldn't force kids to act out what you think is going to be good for you. Jordan is not longer only content using these teenage stars as well as his teenage son, but as time goes on, he now starts to use his daughter in his content. And in the majority of videos that are available on this YouTube channel, Salish is only 15 years old, and the boy in the video is only 14, and they are being manipulated and coerced to put out storylines that are just fake. They're not true.
And before they say goodbye, okay, my little girl, truth or dare?
Truth.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Am I sure? Okay.
Have you ever kissed someone? Yeah.
Wait. Whoa, wait.
Well, I didn't kiss somebody, they kissed me.
But some of the people who watch this kind of content, i.e. young children, don't understand that it is fake. And that's not the worst of it. It's the adults that watch this content and take screenshots and start having improper thoughts that is the main problem. And the thing is, there is no regulation for any of this. These children can be exploited by their parents, and how do they get held accountable? Well, at the moment, they don't. And to be honest, that is the scariest thing about all of this, and the thing that actually needs to change. Well, that's it for today's video. I hope it has been educational for you. If you've enjoyed it, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye for now.